Jesus Christ, dude. I didn't think this was going to happen at all. But when you watch Jerry Springer for 27 years, just know that he is a living legend in our eyes. So I saw this on Facebook, then Twitter, because you know Twitter has been blowing up with this tragic news of a legendary host. I'm saddened, shocked, in disbelief over the fact that we lost a living legend in Jerry Springer. Ugh, dude, it's not gonna be the same watching his shows because you know his show is fake, but they've been having some crazy moments on the show that is based on real life issues. You know, I sometimes just think that when it comes to Jerry Springer, he is such a nice person. You know, he's not some a-hole who is so full of himself, and he actually loves talking with his fans and, you know, interacts with them, being a nice guy overall. This is wild, bro. As someone who used to watch Jerry Springer when I was young growing up, then he became a judge. And you know, Jerry Springer, he was like in the politics. He was a judge before he became a host of Jerry Springer. But the 90s were some crazy times, though. The 90s were some serious crazy times. Cheating scandals, incest storylines, and all of that. Like, them niggas on there are wild as hell, dude. Jerry Springer, one of the most influential and controversial figures in TV history, has died, TMZ has confirmed. Jerry hosted the Smash Hit Syndicate talk show, the Jerry Springer Show, for 27 years, and it was never a boring moment on something and Wow Show, which was known for its outrageous guests who usually got into crazy fights as the audiences cheered Jerry. Yeah, you already know what they talking about. And as I mentioned before, they've been having some crazy moments on the show. Stepsister sleeping with his, stepbrother, brother having sex with sister, mom sleeping with her daughter's boyfriend, sons sleeping with his wife, and current, those type of crazy, stories on that show that's not even real. And they be having some racist people on there as well. Especially in the 90s. The 90s were crazy times on there. And they really be having the KKK people up there thinking that their actions is more justifiable, if you ask me. Like, those were some crazy times on the show, especially the 90s. Our family spokesperson says Jerry was battling a brief illness. Our sources tell us it was pancreatic cancer that was diagnosed a few months ago, and this week he took a turn for the worse. The spokesperson says he died Thursday morning peacefully at his home in the Chicago area. I didn't know he was from Chicago. Ugh, man. Pancreatic cancer is no joke. My grandfather died from that disease in 2013. Was first diagnosed with it in 2010. So he had 3 years to live. So I know exactly what this part was talking about because I got some family members in my life that battle cancer that are survivors of that. I never imagined Jerry, battling cancer because he doesn't look like the type of guy that can be sick, But, we had no idea that he was this sick until TMZ brought it up. This shit is crazy, bro. Before TV, he was a politician who ran a failed campaign for U.S. Congress in 1970, got elected to Cincinnati City Council in 1971, and became the city's mayor in 1977. He served one term. But Springer became a worldwide sensation with his show, which debuted in 1991. Most people won't remember this, but when he started Jerry's show, focused on political issues, of course, and eventually became the exact opposite, and our ratings smashed. Now, you know Jerry from 1991, he has some real racist people on there, and their children turning from Christians to Satan, worshiping the devil and stuff. And they be really thinking like that. Not unless they pay these people to come on there and act how they act, which is kind of dumb, but you get how these talk shows be sometimes. They're not even real personally, but in the 90s, it was some serious mess going on. Jerry's show was so popular in the late 90s and even topped Oprah Winfrey's in several cities. Springer finally went off the air in 2018. He made one more run in TV with his courtroom show, Judge Jury, which ran for 3 seasons. I remember watching Judge Jury. It's not the same when it comes to Jerry Springer because that show became more successful, but I just think that, you know, the show could have kept going, unless you hire someone who can still run the program. I mean, when Steve Wilkos hosted Jerry Springer a couple of times, we saw a legend was created with his own show that is still going on today. But the late 90s were a wild times, though. You know, you got some trans people sleeping with gay niggas and all of that. And you got niggas sleeping with transgender men. And they really telling them that they're trans the entire time. And they just start fighting and carrying on. And you know how crazy that show is. But, bruh, I never thought I would see the day that one of my favorite TV hosts officially passed away today at the age of 79 years old. I mean, he lived a long life until cancer just struck him. TV's last TV appearance came last season on The Masked Singer, where he performed as the Beatle singing a Frank Sinatra classic. We're told his cancer battle got much worse about a month ago, and he finally had to stop working. He had been hosting a folk music show on a local radio station in Cincinnati. He's survived by his daughter, Katie Springer, and his older sister, Evelyn. In life, you can only have one life. The best thing you can do is just embrace what you have, know your family, and love your family, friends, and love your enemies at the same time. Because life is too short. He was very, very sick, dealing with cancer, and that just, it took his soul. Just want to say thank you, Jerry Springer, for the memories on TV. You're gone but not forgotten, and your legacy will live on. My condolences go out to his family, those who love him, his fans. I know they lost an iconic legend. They've lost an icon. My condolences go out to him and his family. Like I said, rest in peace, Jerry Springer, and thank you.